This is my 1998 Moto Guzzi Centauro. I kind of wanted to do a quick walk around, talk about a few things, start it up, and show what all came with it and what all I've done to it. I bought it about 2 years ago, I think. It was like a Ford blue color. Didn't really like that, and the side panels were that gray color that they are now. But I had the whole bike repainted, you know, other than the insert panels and the accent panels on the front fender. A black metallic color. No, it probably doesn't stand out well in the video, but it has a metal flake in it that matches the blue. And man, it looks good. Really pops. One of these head covers had a little bit of damage on it, and I kind of blended that back out kind of best I could, and then had the these valve covers powder coated, and then of course I put the head protectors on it because these are hard to come by. New seals, new spark plugs. Check the ignition gap, or the valve gap in there, valve lash. Did a complete service on it about 100, maybe 300, 400 miles ago, something like that. Changed all the oils, even dropped the oil pan, cleaned it out. Checked the air filter, it was good. I bought a set of unipods. I had an interesting history with the bike. Bought a set of unipods, wanted to kind of hop it up a little bit, and it was running good, and then one day it wouldn't start, and I found out that these bikes have problems with the electrical grounding, and it'll fry the ECU. So I got with a gentleman in Australia who sent me one of his programmable ECUs, and I put that on there, and it has Bluetooth capability. You can plug into it with an Android smartphone. You can use an Android app, and you can tune on the fly. You know, I kind of tuned it with the butt dyno. It probably wouldn't hurt to put it on a real dyno and tune it in a little bit better. But I think it's a little on the rich side, but I'd rather be rich than lean. And but it runs good, starts, idles good. Ton better than before on the stock ECU. The stock ECU had problems. I'd be sitting at a red light and it would just shut off. It kind of ran lean at times, but man, this new ECU, and it's on point. He's got it figured out. But I've got it tuned in, dialed, it's ready to go, turnkey. I mean, crank up and go. But if you wanted to go a little further with it, yeah, you're more than welcome to. Let's see, I did all the paint work, put new brake pads, front and rear. What else did I do? New seals, because you had to put, when you pulled the rocker covers off, you had to put new seals in there. It's got the CRG bar end mirrors, and then I put the driven D3 grips on it. I changed out this indicator lamp panel back here, so when you turn the bike on, that stuff lights up completely. It's a later model indicator panel, showing 18,508 miles. I have no reason to believe that's not correct. A new rectifier regulator I put back there. I added more grounding straps all the way to the ECU in the back. I pulled the injectors. I had one cylinder that was running kind of light and a little lean, and I pulled the injectors and sent those out, and had those reflowed, balanced, and cleaned up, and man, it ran 100% better. So I've got the before and after testing data on the injectors after I had them cleaned. When I pulled off this injector on this side, the hose, it went into a plastic nipple for the fuel injection, and the nipple just snapped off, and I about had a stroke. And I found out online, there's a guy, bless his heart, that makes a metal kit. You just have to tap out, there's a roll pin that goes in there, you put a new metal nipple in there. So it's got that upgrade, so you shouldn't have that problem anymore. It was leaking oil down these oil hoses, and I thought it was where the oil hose was kind of rubbing under here a little bit. I thought it was leaking out of there, so I bought a new oil hose, put that on there. It was still leaking, and it turned out it was the breather hose, which seems to be a common issue. Out of the spine frame into the breather input in the back here was cracked and leaking. So I put a new breather hose on it, so it's got one of those. Brand new belts, I just put them on yesterday. The belts I took off didn't look bad. The previous owner said he had them replaced about 6 or 7 years ago. So I figured it's probably due for them. So got a brand new set of belts on there that I got from MG Cycle. LED blinker bulbs, all 4 of them, and I put the LED flasher relay in there. So that's all good to go. It's got a brand new crank position sensor, goes under here. They had all kind of silicone RTV up under it, so I got the correct gaskets and O-rings and new crank position sensor. That's an aftermarket sensor. It was about maybe a quarter of the price of an OEM one, so I bought a used OEM one just in case this one didn't want to work, and because the other one had split wiring, because it makes a 90-degree turn, or really a 180-degree turn right there at the back of the belt cover housing. Let's see, new rear tire. I had the rear tire put on maybe 300 or 400 miles ago. I've got Phobo Bike tire pressure sensor monitoring system on it. I'll leave those on there and just unlock them so that you can download the app and monitor your tire pressure remotely. That's super nice. About $100 option there. A lot of these badges, these 2 badges were missing originally. I think this one and the one on the head on the triple tree up here was missing. Replaced all those. Of course, I got the last decals I could find. But I did make copies of them with my copier, so that the same scale, so that if you wanted to replicate those with a print shop, you'd have a good baseline to scan in and go off of.